We've all been there. That one person who knows exactly how to push your buttons, whether it's a rude coworker, a difficult family member, a stranger online, a passive-aggressive friend, or someone who constantly interrupts. Dealing with difficult people can test even the most patient among us. Ancient wisdom holds the key to handling these situations with grace and composure. Today we'll explore how the Stoics, Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius taught us to deal with these people the Stoic way. Imagine a co-worker who takes credit for your work. Instead of immediately reacting with anger, take a step back and reflect. Perhaps they're driven by insecurity or a fear of being overlooked. Epictetus taught, when someone acts badly toward you, consider what notion of good or evil they had in doing it. Difficult people often act out because of their own misunderstandings or struggles. By understanding the root of their behavior, you can respond with compassion instead of frustration. Once you've reflected, consider calmly addressing the situation. For example, you could say, I appreciate your input on this project, but I'd like to ensure my contributions are acknowledged as well. This allows you to set a boundary without escalating the conflict. When you focus on understanding rather than judgment, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and open the door to a more thoughtful response. Think of a moment when someone cuts you off in traffic. Your first instinct might be to honk, shout, and imagining yourself winning a courtroom drama with the perfect comeback. But is that reaction worth losing your peace over? Instead, take a deep breath and remind yourself that their actions are outside your control. Similarly, imagine you're in a meeting, sharing your thoughts, and someone constantly interrupts you. Instead of reacting emotionally, take a deep breath and respond with a friendly, "Oh, let me just finish my thought," to gently guide the conversation back while keeping things positive. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The truth is, you can't control how others behave, but you can control how you respond. By choosing a calm and measured response, you protect your mental state and avoid escalating the situation. When someone cuts you off, resist the urge to honk or shout. Instead, pause for a moment to breathe deeply, focusing on calming your immediate emotional response. You may think of the driver's behavior as a reflection of their stress or hurry, not a personal attack. Tell yourself, they may be dealing with something urgent. Be thankful for your safety and remind yourself of your goal to remain composed regardless of external circumstances. Smile even when you don't feel like it can help release tension. Visualize letting the frustration drift away like a leaf on water. And lastly, shift your attention to something positive, like playing calming music or reciting a mantra such as, "This moment doesn't define my day." This small shift in perspective can transform a frustrating moment into an exercise in self-mastery. Now imagine a friend who constantly vents about their problems but never takes advice. While it's kind to listen and support them, it's also important to recognize when their behavior begins to affect your well-being. Seneca said, "You should live for other people if you want to live for yourself." But even the Stoics knew the importance of balance. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're being dismissive. It's about preserving mutual respect and understanding. You might gently suggest solutions or encourage them to take steps toward resolving their concerns. For example, instead of simply listening, you could say, "I understand this is tough for you. Have you thought about trying this or that?" Or, "I'm here to support you if you decide to take action." You might also set time aside to actively help them brainstorm solutions, showing them that their growth matters to you. By setting these boundaries with care and empathy, you not only protect your peace of mind, but also create healthier, more balanced relationships. This approach ensures that both sides feel respected and valued. Picture receiving a hurtful comment on social media. Sure, you could reply with a sarcastic meme, but what if you just didn't? What if you viewed that comment as graffiti on a wall, a reflection of the person who wrote it, not of you? Similarly, imagine a colleague making a sarcastic remark in a meeting. Instead of reacting emotionally, pause and consider whether their words deserve your energy. Seneca wisely observed, "You are not harmed by insults, but by your perception of them." Insults only have power if you give it to them. By practicing indifference, you take back control of your emotions. Responding with calmness or choosing silence can often deflate the impact of the insult. If the behavior becomes a pattern, consider addressing it calmly by saying, "I'd appreciate it if we could keep this conversation constructive." This sets a boundary while maintaining professionalism. Remember, their words only hold as much weight as you allow them to. Treat insults as opportunities to strengthen your emotional resilience and demonstrate your inner stability. At a family dinner, someone might criticize your life choices. While it's tempting to argue, ask yourself, can you control their opinion? The answer is no. But what can you control? Your reaction and your emotional state. Epictetus emphasized, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. You can't change what others say or do, but you can choose how much power you give it. Instead of engaging in a futile debate, focus on redirecting the conversation. For example, if someone makes a critical remark, respond with, "That's an interesting perspective," and shift the topic to something neutral or positive. If emotions escalate, excuse yourself politely and take a moment to compose yourself. You can also use visualization techniques before entering such situations. Imagine the scenario and practice how you would respond calmly. By doing this, you're preparing yourself to maintain control over your reactions no matter what arises. Ultimately, the goal is to focus on your inner stability. Remember, you have the power to choose peace over conflict, and in doing so, you demonstrate true strength and composure. The Stoics teach us that dealing with difficult people isn't about changing them. It's about changing how we respond. By understanding their behavior, mastering our reactions, setting boundaries, and seeing challenges as growth opportunities, we can handle any situation with grace and composure. Each difficult interaction is not just a challenge, but an opportunity to refine your character. Choose to respond with wisdom, and you'll grow stronger in navigating life's complexities.